It's a beautiful morning here in Toronto. Today is almost mid-March. It's March the 14th, and I just wanted to walk around and show you what the garden was looking like. I just want to say how early it feels this year for spring. I think most people across the board are experiencing a very early spring, and I think it's the same for us. I have crocus blooming already, and it's amazing to see that. So my name is Preeti. I garden in Toronto in Zone 6, and I welcome you back to my garden. It's exciting to start a new gardening season. 2024 is going to be awesome. I'm looking forward to a lot of my plants returning. I did plant a lot of things last year, so I'm very excited to see how things are going to come back. And let me just show you what's happening around the garden, what's blooming today. Here are some crocus that are starting to bloom. Isn't that exciting? These are so pretty. I love when they first wake up and they look so pretty in the garden. I also have a heather that's blooming. It doesn't bloom heavily for me. I think it's because my soil is not very acidic and I haven't amended it at all. So I think it's just doing what it's doing. So I might reevaluate and move these plants this season somewhere else, because I really want the front to show me great color in the spring. And it does bloom, but it's not as prolific as I wanted it to be, but it's still looking nice. It does maintain an evergreen foliage for the entire year, so I do love it. Lots of roses are starting to bud up, so I have been pruning them and getting them ready for the season. I also have a lot of bulbs poking everywhere. As you can see, daffodil foliage is poking up. There's allium foliage that's poking up, and it's really going to be very colorful here in the next few weeks. So I just love how everything is looking in the garden. Look at these other crocuses that are blooming here in the front garden. Just love how these are poking through those leaves and looking so pretty. And lots of plants are slowly starting to wake up, and it makes me very excited. I do have clumps of daffodils here which look like they will start opening in the next week or two. I also have peony that's poking through. For those of you who don't know what peony looks like when it's poking through the ground, that's what it looks like. It's really exciting to see. I do have another one that is starting to poke through. The sedum is starting to wake up, and it's looking really pretty in the garden. Let me also walk over here and show you. My boulevard garden has a bunch of bulbs as well. I did plant some snowdrops here. These have been blooming as well, and they are looking really gorgeous. I love how dainty these blooms are, and they're so pretty. I also have some crocus that is starting to open here as well. These are pretty as well. They are a little bit bigger and they're beautiful yellow color. Lots more bulbs are starting to poke through, and the garden is looking really pretty right now. So let me take you over to this side before I walk over to the backyard and see what's happening there. So these are the ice and roses hellebores that I shared with you last week, and I will link to that video here as well. Do check out that video if you want to know more about these hellebores. They are fabulous. These are the ice and roses Merlot and ice and roses red hellebores. They are absolutely stunning, and they're looking gorgeous here. Lots more bulbs poking through the ground, and I've been obviously cleaning up a little bit and trying to get the beds ready for spring, because I see a lot of new fresh growth already, and I do want to enjoy what the bulbs are going to look like in this garden. So that's the front garden beds looking really nice as they're waking up. And here is Ollie doing his garden chores of mulching those sticks. And let me show you what I've been doing as well. So this is the boulevard garden, and I've kind of accumulated a whole bunch of sticks that Ollie collects in this corner here. And it was so interesting because I was seeing a lot of birds just flying in and perching on these logs. So I thought it would be a great idea to just leave them here and see, you know, just have the birds sit on them and I can enjoy them from my porch. So that was really exciting to watch. Let me head over to the backyard and show you what's happening in the backyard as well. Oops, I almost tripped over one of those sticks. So let's go into the backyard and let's see what's happening there. The side yard garden is also slowly waking up. I mean, there are some bulbs that are poking through here as well. There is a lot of daffodils that I planted here, and there are daylilies and other things. Like this area was changed quite a bit last year because I did remove a boxwood, and I'm excited to see how this area comes back. I've had rabbit damage on my carex. This is the Evergold carex, and I hope this guy recovers, but if not, I will move it into another spot and then plant something else there. But yeah, rabbit issues have been a real thing in my garden in the last little while, so I'm excited to see, or curious to see. I wouldn't say I'm excited, but I am, you know, hoping that they will leave most of the things alone this summer. So side yard again is waking up. There has been a lot of you know, daffodil bulbs that are kind of trying to poke through. I don't have a whole bunch of tulips planted here simply because I always find squirrels digging them up, and I just, you know, can't protect them too much in between my plants. So every year, I mean, I add more daffodils to this area, and I've been loving that. I think they are slowly starting to poke through. I do also have some alliums here. I do also have some tulips that'll open up, but here are some crocus that are not open yet, but they are starting to poke through and look so pretty. I love these two-colored. I think they have a yellow and a lavender to it, and it's beautiful. Can't wait for them to open. I think I also have some iris reticulata here, which should open up soon too. It's funny enough, they do open first, and I haven't seen them open up yet. So the order of operations is a little bit different this year. But regardless, I mean, the garden is starting to wake up slowly. Like there is, you know, more green than normal. There is a lot of leaf litter still here, and I'm going to leave it here. I generally don't do anything to it. And by the time the leaves all pop up and plants start to grow, you barely notice the leaves. They act as a nice mulch and keep the soil moist. I do have hellebores blooming in the backyard as well, which is very, very exciting. I mean, I don't remember the name of these varieties, to be honest. There's a whole bunch that I planted here, and they were all supposed to be different ones, but I think they all look pretty much the same to me. So, oh, there is a difference. So this one is slightly different. This has a white and burgundy kind of, you know, two-tone color. This is pretty, but it's just put out one bloom stalk, which is fine. They are not too old in my garden. I think this is the second full growing season in the garden. So for that, I think they've been doing okay, good. They've been like, this has fairly more buds compared to the other one. So this is going to open up soon. I have Virginia that is starting to really like grow and plump up. So it should start to, it's also a nice spring blooming perennial. This is supposed to have really nice bright pink flowers. So I'm looking forward to that. I also have another hellebore here that is starting to open up and do its thing. This is the Ivory Prince. This is also going to start to open soon. And yeah, I mean, I think they are doing okay and settling in this shade. This is a very dry shade type condition for them under the maple trees. So they are not as prolific as, you know, when they get more light and a better quality soil, they might do better. So that's part of the reason I try to leave a lot of the leaf litter here, so that it adds nutrients to the soil and it kind of beefs up the soil a little bit. So that's, you know, another reason why the leaf litter is so good, to add organic material to the garden. Lots of bulbs are waking up here as well in this backyard garden as well. There's signs of life everywhere, and it's looking really, really pretty. It's, you know, starting to green up. I do have some more crocus here. I think crocus is blooming everywhere in my garden now, or it's starting to, and it's looking really pretty. There's some foxglove foliage there that's also greening up. So I'm excited to see blooms on these foxgloves this year. I planted them last year and they are biennial, so they bloom the second year. So this is the year where they will start to bloom for me, so I'm excited. And yeah, lots of like bulbs again poking up here. There is again more foxglove in the back there, and there is also lots of daffodils as well in there. And yeah, I mean, things are poking. They are looking really good. The yucca looks really good. It stayed evergreen and bright all winter, so I love how that plant looks there. And then I do have a whole bunch more bulbs here. There are some more snowdrops that are blooming on this side as well, and they are just pretty. I'm so excited that these have decided to, I don't even remember planting them, but I'm glad that they appeared here and they're looking really, really pretty. So yeah, I think the bulbs are starting to open. They're starting to look really lovely in the garden. Oh, I have an iris reticulata that's starting to open here. Wow, this is gorgeous. So yeah, this is lovely. Now, this is what I love about spring, is that what wasn't here yesterday is here today, and it's really, really so beautiful because the garden is constantly changing at this time of the year. And I'm excited this year. It's early because it's just made winter so much shorter this year, and I just love how so much to look forward to in the spring, and you know, things are just starting to open and look great in the garden. So this is like officially the first tour of 2024. The garden is still looking very messy. I haven't done anything. There's leaves everywhere. Things are all over the place, but you know, there is beauty in that. There is beauty in when the garden starts to wake up as is, when things haven't been cut back, things are not as polished. You know, this is the transition of the garden, and it's a transition of the gardener as well, because I am getting ready to get back in this mode as well. And to me, that is a very exciting time as well. So I want to show you the garden the way it is. It's raw as it is. And here's my beautiful star magnolia with thick fat buds. So I'm excited to see this one open as well. So yeah, the chives are coming back as well in this pot, which is exciting as well. And I'm excited to plant vegetables as well this year. I had great success with my raised bed area last year, so I'm excited to plant more veggies in here. And I do also have some raised planters I added to my porch, as you can see over there. So I'm excited to put some more vegetable plants in there as well. So this is what the garden is looking like mid-March 2024. I am thrilled, I'm excited, and excited to see the garden transition into its spring and summer look. Look at these heucheras. I think these are amazing. They are so vibrant in color. I have to come out and clean some of the dying foliage at the base, but they are looking gorgeous. Yeah, so this is the garden today. I wanted to thank you for joining me for this quick little tour of my garden today. I hope everyone is having a beautiful gardening day wherever you're joining me from, and is just as excited about spring as I am. And I hope I will catch you very soon in the next tour video and show you what else is blooming in my garden this spring. So thanks so much for joining, and I'll catch you very soon in my next video. Bye for now.